Hello angels, it is Olivia Grace and I'm back with another video for you guys, and this is a part 2 to God's Many Roles, my first video that I made. I don't even know if that's really what it's titled because I haven't titled it yet, but this video specifically is about the role of others and really how to kind of mend relationships and or get someone to change their behavior. And this was a question that was asked by a subscriber. Her specific situation was with her parents, and she was saying that her parents were basically too, like, they care too much. They're helicopter parents, is what she said. But she feels like this attachment between them, and she's wondering about cutting that cord and breaking that and getting them to just basically like not worry so much about her. And I've never gotten a question like that, so I wanted to make a video. I absolutely recommend that you guys check out my video on Everyone is Pushed Out, which I will link in this description as well, because that also kind of talks about this, but I'm going to talk about it in a little bit more detail, and specifically have some affirmations that you guys can use, that my subscriber can use, and that you guys can also use to create harmony in your relationships with the people in your lives. And it's actually easier than it seems. I really love manifesting change in others. Obviously, disclaimer, manifest things for others that you would want for yourself. My subscriber, I love this question because it's a pure intention. It's not about manipulating someone to get what you want. It's about, I think her parents would be happier if they're not worried every 2 seconds, right? So I like that. But yeah, wish for others what you would wish for yourself. But when you are manifesting for others or manifesting a change in others, it's a little, to me, it's honestly a lot easier than manifesting for yourself, because there's no resistance there. You don't have, yeah, we have resistance, like, oh, well, I don't, I know them to be this way, right? But when you can really persist through that, I just find that the changes happen very quickly. Just between the time that I made that Everyone is You Pushed Out video and making this video, my experience with people has drastically changed. So let's see. Yes, so the role of others. So I talked about this in part 1. I'm going to briefly repeat it just in case you guys that see this had not seen that one. But God is formless energy. We as conscious beings are giving form to that energy with our attention, with our thoughts, with our feelings, with our beliefs and our assumptions and all of these things, right? So now, our reality, there are people in our reality that basically we put them in a role, right? So let's say you're a person, you have 2 brothers, and or you know what, no, let's use the example that my subscriber brought to me. So she has parents that are like worrywarts over her. Now, that is one of infinite roles that they can play. That is the first thing to understand, because living on earth, you see life as linear. You see life as, okay, there's a past, there's a present, there's a future. There's this thing that led to this thing that must lead to this thing. But let's get a little trippy right now. All of these things, not only is the past, present, and future of your parents being a worrywart, right? Whatever happened that caused them to be that way. Maybe, I don't know, but maybe your parents lost someone when they were younger, or maybe something bad happened to them when they were younger, or maybe, because what I notice, you guys, is like these not parents, but these patterns in people, especially when they're extreme, it comes from one extreme to the next. Like, for instance, if you had a parent that was very detached, they didn't care about what you did, they didn't care about anything you did, and because of that you got in a lot of trouble in life and all that, you may grow up and raise your kid as a helicopter parent. You may be way on top of them, and then because of that, they're gonna rebel and be like, oh, my parents are so on me, and they'll turn into the nonchalant parent. So you can see how like a cycle kind of happens, and a lot of things go like this, right? It's like an overcorrection, which maybe I'll talk to you guys about that. Me and my boyfriend talk about that, but maybe I'll talk to you guys about that in another video. But anyways, there's, so we see it as Whatever happened to them, made them who they are. They are who they are now, so that's who they're going to be, right? But when we're manifesting, we know that everything is moldable, everything is changeable. Now, when you know, okay, there's this version of them, there's that past, present, future version of them, but there's also infinite past, present, and future versions of everybody and everything, okay? So there are past, present, future versions of your parents that are, you know, not like that. And that there's a version of them that is in complete balance, that cares enough for you to let you know that they care. Because believe me, you don't want the parents that don't care at all about you, you know, and I'm sure you know that. But there's the version that cares, you know, not overly cares, but cares enough to where you know that you're cared for, but you still have freedom, and they're not like down your throat all the time. There is a perfect balance of that, okay? Now, of course, now for me, like when I'm putting people in a role, depending on how sure I am or how convinced I am of the role that they're playing, but really, I think this one honestly can be done with affirming. And you don't even need to do it a lot. It's just when it comes up, like let's say they do something annoying, right? And, you know, instead of the old story, instead of the old role, oh my God, they're always like this. Oh my God, they're always doing this. Oh my God, you know, whatever. Just perpetuating that same energy. Stop yourself and put them in the new role in your mind. Revise it even. Revise that that just came to me. And I'm going to make a video about revision too, because revision has been doing some things in my reality, y'all. It's pretty crazy, but you could revise that they've always been, you know, balanced parents. You can revise that they've always allowed you to do what you want. They've always been supportive of exactly what you want to do, or they've always been supportive of what's for your highest good, or something like that. You can revise that, or you can just put them in the role. Like when they start doing something annoying, tell yourself, oh, that's so weird. That's weird because my parents are supportive of everything that I do. That's so weird that they're like worried and scared. My parents, you know, my parents are never worried about me. They always trust me. Maybe that's a big thing between you and your parents. You know, me and my parents have the perfect relationship. That's another one that's good. You know, they do something weird. I wanted to throw you off. And again, this is acting, okay? Because we're all in roles. Now, our roles most times get so embedded in us that it's second nature to be that way. It's second nature to be the role that we are now, but it's still just a role. We're all just God playing roles, okay? So put your parents in the role of what you would like. Start seeing them as that. Start to see them as that. Persist through it, okay? Because I'm not sure how old you are, but your parents have been how your parents have been for probably at least 20 years, you know, maybe 15, 20 years. So it may not happen immediately, right? But you're going to persist in what you know. And this is why knowing that manifestation works comes in handy, you guys, because when we're doing something like this, putting somebody in a whole new role, putting somebody in a whole new version of themselves, it can be kind of unbelievable, especially when you don't get immediate results, you know? But when you do know that your assumptions harden into fact, period, regardless of the assumption, you can in fact put someone into a new role and see a difference in them. And this can be as soon as weeks, literally, like as soon as days, as soon as it takes you to really identify that they are that. Maybe it will take longer, but persist, you guys. Persist, okay? So I said that I would give you some affirmations. I basically said them, but let me put them out there for you again. Number 1, my parents and I have the perfect relationship. This is a great one because it doesn't, like when we're emotionally charged or triggered by our parents or triggered by something that they do, it's hard to go against that, right? Especially when you're doing something affirming, something like affirming, which is on the conscious level. So when you go to say, let's say for instance, you would say, oh, my parents never worry about me. Your conscious is like, girl, you know, they just called you 15 minutes or 15 times yesterday. trying to see where you are, what you're doing or whatever. They totally do, you know? But when you say, my parents and I have the perfect relationship, your mind doesn't quite know what to do with that. Like it's a blanket affirmation, which means it's not specific, but it's generally enough to solve your specific problem. Okay? So that is a really good one. And you guys, blanket affirmations work amazingly because they hit multiple areas without you having to focus on those multiple areas, right? Okay? So my parents and I have the perfect relationship. The next one, this is the one that I've been using. Everyone in my reality is happy and prosperous. Sorry. Everyone in my reality is happy and prosperous. Okay? Y'all, that has done wonders with me. Okay? Just like, let me just tell you guys, since that video that I made about everyone is me pushed out, my boyfriend has gotten another raise. He got promoted to like the assistant GM. He's going to be making more than double the money he was making in his previous position. This was after I made that video, okay? Because he had already gotten more money and he had already gotten one promotion. They promoted him again, okay? My best friend has gotten promoted at her job as well. My mom has gotten a car. My sister is also looking to move into a house. So that's just like, that's just what's happened between that video and now, of me telling myself everyone in my reality is happy and prosperous, okay? And I've just been meeting the most amazing people, you guys. When I had to get my car fixed, I had the nicest freaking people in my life, the nicest people. I literally brought them donuts when I picked my car up because they were so freaking kind. It was ridiculous. Like, and I don't know, but everyone in my reality is happy and prosperous. That alone will do wonders for you, you guys. Wonders. Because they can't be worried. They can't be stressed. They can't be, whatever, if they're happy and prosperous. Okay? I'm just feeling to tell you guys, one morning I was praying because I like to pray for everybody in my reality. And I was feeling the feeling of people telling me good news. I was just feeling the feeling, like reveling in the feeling of hearing someone telling me something super exciting, super amazing working out for them, super great happening to them. And that day my mom called me and told me she got a car. So you guys, you are creating, okay? So you can do this. And it works quickly and it's amazing because you're lifting people up. You're lifting people up in your mind. It's so beautiful. And the last one is, I can't believe how supportive my parents are being. I like this because what I've been playing with affirmations a little bit, and I'm going to be coming out with more affirmation tapes. I have a self-concept, self-love affirmation tape on my channel as well. But I can't believe that puts you in the emotion of it. Okay. Rather than, my parents are so supportive. That's good. But oh my God, I can't believe it. That resonates with you now because it's it's evident. It makes the shift evident. It makes it was this, but now it's this now. And it puts you there now, even though it hasn't happened yet, quote unquote, because it has happened yet. It's already done, but it hasn't shown up yet. But you're feeling the feeling of, I can't believe how supportive my parents are being. And it puts you in that mind frame. So I want you to try these. I would love to hear how this works for you. And, congratulations in advance for helping. I mean, this is something that's great because I just know you're going to be able to do it. But all of you guys try these, if it's not with your parents, maybe it's with your man or your friend. I can't believe how supportive my man is being. Try some of these and just see how they work out for you guys. Okay. So that is the video. I intend that this helped you guys and I love you guys and I will see you guys in the next one.